Breaking story overnight, the dramatic pictures, a second deadly terror attack in southern Russia, close to the site of the Olympics in Sochi. Dozens are now dead after the two attacks, raising new security concerns this morning as American athletes now prepare to head to the Winter Games just 6 weeks from now. So let's bring in our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross, who's just back from Sochi. Brian, good morning.
Well, good morning, David. The two attacks, first yesterday and then again this morning, sent an unmistakable and chilling message that Islamic terrorists in Russia intend to do all they can to disrupt the Winter Games, only 400 miles and 6 weeks away. This was the scene this morning in Russia, a new round of carnage after an explosion on a packed trolley bus during the morning commute in the city once known as Stalingrad, now called Volgograd. At least 14 people dead and 28 injured, including a baby.
I heard a glass shattering in the first two stories of the building. I saw I looked out of the window. It was still dark, and I saw a bus that was ripped by a blast, and people were running away from it, screaming.
For a second day, Russian investigators said a suicide bomber was responsible in what they called a clear act of terrorism that spread fear across the country.
Some of them were wounded. A lot of people were panicking, and it was a horrendous sight. I was very scared.
This morning's attack came less than 24 hours after another suicide bomber hit the train station in that same city. The bomb went off just after noon on a peak travel day before the Russian Christmas holiday. At least 17 people were killed and dozens more injured.
With these kinds of operations, it's not the size of the operation that matters. It's the willingness of the people executing the operation to target civilians.
The attacks come 5 months after the leader of an Islamist nationalist group, Doku Umarov, vowed to disrupt the Winter Olympics.
I think the Russian government has something to fear, and that is the potential loss of face, the potential embarrassment to them if this terrorist syndicate is able to pull off one or more major terrorist events.
Russian President Putin has taken personal charge of the Olympics and has vowed to create airtight security around the Olympic Village and the town of Sochi. These two attacks, however, show just how difficult it will be to defend the Olympics against a determined and ruthless set of terrorists.
All right, Brian Ross with us this morning. Brian, thank you.